You know what? I have a very, very, very important story to tell you guys. A very important story to tell you guys. Okay. And this story can help clear things up. Period. I think so. It's a story that I've made up. Okay. I think it can clear things up when it boils down to this thing. And that's any people outside of black who says that black people have a victim type of mentality. I'm getting that in my comments a lot. And it's so funny because a lot of times those comments are in response to protect me. And I think those comments are off base. Don't use those comments to protect me, please. And this story can help also with those who make comments attacking my position as a black man. Let me tell you the story. Okay. Once upon a time, there were two dogs. Okay. And one dog has come from a long line of dogs who was taught how to groom themselves, how to exercise, how to listen to commands, how to decipher what's right and what's wrong, how to be productive. And that dog stands in a room, and behind a man is rewards, treats, food, the whole nine. But to get past that man, that dog walks to that man, and the man raises his hand. The dog sees that signal, sits, then stand up, and then go around the man and get the treats. Now let's talk about the other dog. There's another dog who comes from a long line of dogs who every time that dog grooms itself, it gets electrocuted, beat, maimed, killed. Even dogs that those dogs care about would get killed just by seeing that dog groom itself or run, exercise, or be productive. This dog comes from a long line of those type of dogs. And that dog is in the same room. And behind the man in the room is the same table full of treats, food, the whole nine. The dog walks up to the man raises his hand. And the dog crouched down and started barking, snarling, afraid but vicious. Okay? The other dog eating the food, who have received the treats, is looking at that dog who reacted that way and say, why? All he did was raise his hand. When that man raises his hand, it's a signal to say, good job. The other dog is like, that's not what I see. Okay? That's where we are. When you see a black man respond in that way, it's because of years of torture. Okay? It is what it is. And it is demeaning for anyone else to say, well, that man is either playing the victim or don't know how to be productive. Now you have me, who come from that same line. I walk up to that man. That man raises his hand. I grin. I don't even sit. And I go grab my damn food. And this is what I'm getting. I'm getting those who weren't threatened by the hand being raised, saying, exactly, ShowBizz, that's easy work. I'm like, is it? Then I get the other dog, or the other type, people responding to that man hand being raised as an attack and looking at me and saying, oh, you don't know your position as a black man. You're cooning. How? This is my message. The history cannot be erased. I do not turn a blind eye. My people, my black people, I want to talk to you. I do not turn a blind eye to that history whatsoever. I keep it in mind. And in spite of that history, I'm going to succeed anyway. And I'm going to promote generational health before I go, before I leave this earth. So my kids and my kids' kids are going to receive the type of wealth, the type of health that makes them access and get everything they want to access and receive. That's my mentality. That's the mentality I share. My black people. When I speak about anyone that you, Deontay Wilder, Charlo, whomever, I never say, hey, listen to the man and cower. I say, get yours by all means. Don't ask for it. Whoop ass, take names. If you lose, find out why you lost. Make the adjustments. When it comes to Deontay Wilder, my gripe was with the excuses. What I appreciated and rallied behind was when he got, new training and he was making those adjustments. I don't care that he lost to Tyson Fury. I like the standing up, the adjustments, the fight. That resonated with me. Everything else is all good. That's just for example. Charlo as well, or anybody, okay? I talk about being productive. That man in the room is just raising his damn hand. It means nothing. See, the years of the conditioning, that man doesn't even have to strike. All he needs to do is raise his hand. And what I'm saying is, there's no power in the world more powerful than you. I don't care what color you are. Get busy. Now, as for anyone else who says, yo, ShowBizz, you don't even have to respond to it. Anyone else who says, ShowBizz, you're not playing a victim. Anyone, at that point, you are ignoring the past and how important that is, all right? It's going to take a very long time of demonstrating time and time again, oh, that person in the room is just raising their hand. Ain't doing nothing, ain't stopping you. Shouldn't convince you. Isn't discouraging you. Get busy. Just need time and time and time of demonstrating. And this is what I'm gonna tell all of you. I will continue to demonstrate, all right? In spite of anyone who says I shouldn't, okay? Lastly, I'm gonna say this too. I've responded to stuff like this before, and I think it's appropriate because, like I said, you guys see me every day, talk to me every day, you consume my product every day. I would be a damn fool to think that you have no right to question what you're consuming, all right? I don't ignore my history. I don't ignore American history or world history. I'm just going to get mine in spite of it. I'm going to teach my children the same way. I'm not going to ask, and I'm not going to ask you to ask or ask you to beg, okay? Ultimately, though, I do project love for everybody because I think love is the most important. Um, I think being good to others is very important, even if they're not always good to you. Because at the end of the day, you live in your universe. At the end of the day, you live with yourself. And if somebody is trying to discourage you or bring down your spirit or bring down your glow, they win if you allow them to. I must apologize to anybody trying to bring down my glow. It's not going to happen. There are very important people that I love, that I admire, that I cherish, that I respect, that I see every day, who call me every day, that I speak to, that are in my universe and in my world, that define who I am. Okay? But I do care about the human condition. So I'm going to let the light in. And I'm going to project that positivity because I can't help it. I'm riddled with it. At the end of the day, I'm going to say, we do not have to be convinced on one solution. I would prefer an attempt to grow an understanding of each other's condition. And we have our different tools, and I use combat sports. Because at the end of the day, I think combat sports is the best metaphor for life. And I think there is a very, very basic solution or very, very basic set of rules to become successful. And that's hard work, dedication, and you get a result. And you get rewarded for great effort. At least we do that here in this community. ShowBizz for adult. I hope this comes off as a positive message. And I hope you guys don't see this as, oh my God, such an eye roll. No. And I got my black 2 sugars. And I'm taking off tomorrow. Tuesday, I'll be back on. We're getting ready for a big fight week for January 22nd. I love all you guys. And I hope you guys have a greater understanding of who you're consuming every day. And let's get back to smiling, being happy. If I do make a video or make a comment or jump in my community, I hope you guys, after this video, can understand that everything that I do, that I call for, is to promote wellness. I'm out.